A lot of changes been made inside of this locker room when we talk about the Colorado Buffs. Coach Brewer, one of my favorite coaches, man, of all the coaches on this football team, is going on to coach at Charlotte 49ers. I'm absolutely going to miss him of all the coaches. Then we also have offensive coordinator Sean Lewis is going on to San Diego State. Offensive coordinator Sean Lewis spoke about Coach Prime in this interview.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pretty exciting day, obviously, and I need to say a few thank yous before we dive into the vision and the direction that we're about to head as an family, and the excitement that me and my family have to be here on the Mesa and to be a part of this wonderful community. First and foremost, need to thank President De La Torre for her time and this process and sharing her vision in the university and how this is going to be a great partnership together. Her leadership is truly a difference maker, and that was felt in our time yesterday that we spent together. JD, for your diligence in this process, and from the very first conversation, the way that you cared for the young men, student athletes of the department, that was evident, and that's something that was really near and dear to my heart and to my family's for our reason why we do all of this. To Bob Moosberger, our paths crossed long ago in the MAC, and to cross paths again, to be a part of this, again, extremely grateful, and for your support in all of this, and our partnership going forward is going to be amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Need to thank all the coaches that believed in me, and there's too many to mention, but Coach Dino Babers, who's from San Diego himself, and many years ago, saw something in a really a really young coach who didn't know a whole heck of a lot, but took me underneath his arm and stewarded me through this profession and gave me an opportunity. I wouldn't be here without him. And then again, to everyone at Kent State, Joel Nielsen, Randall Richmond, President Beverly Warren, and President Dyken there, who also were supportive of.
First thing first, I'm noticing a lot of these coaches he's thanking from Kent State this, Kent State that, but not one time did he mention anything about Coach Prime at Colorado. Let me remind you guys something. I could go back and show you guys the video. I just don't have the time right now. But before Coach Prime took the job at Colorado, he made it known that he wanted coaches like Coach Lewis, Coach Brewer, all of those coaches to get that opportunity to go on and coach at the next level. Not one time did he not want them to do that. That's why they all took that job at Colorado, so they can have that exposure, they can gain that experience and get to the next level. That's why Coach Prime allowed a lot of them to do a lot of the speaking, a lot of them to have that leadership role at Colorado.
Coach Lewis, speaking of that coaching tree, what did you take away being under Deion Sanders and what he brought to the table, and what are you going to do with that and bring it here?
Yeah, I mean, Coach does an unbelievable job of telling the story, right, of giving unfiltered access, and I think that's a beautiful way to tell the stories and the uniqueness club, right? That the individuals, the people that make up the whole organization, each one of them have a unique story to tell, and Coach did an unbelievable job of showcasing that, for the university, for the team, for that young person to be able to prop them up and spotlight them. And then Coach Sanders does an unbelievable job of speaking belief into existence, right? That there's an unwavering belief in how he does things, and the conviction that gave the whole team as we went forward. So those two lessons learned were invaluable from our time that we shared together, and I'm thankful for the opportunities that I had with him.
Coach Prime is a storyteller. I mean, that sounds like saying basically Coach Prime is a storyteller. He's not a coach. That's basically how that came out, in my personal opinion. Drop a comment and let me know how you guys feel about that. But before you comment, rewind the tape back, replay it, and let me know how that sounds.
In this era where there's just unprecedented change in college football with NIL and transfer portal and things moving at the speed of light, is there potentially an advantage to being a little younger in terms of connectivity with younger players, and this landscape is so uncharted?
Yeah, a lot's been made about my age and the relatability of that, and maybe so that I can sit down and play PlayStation with the kid and, earn a commitment off of that like I've done in the past that maybe others can't, right? But I think the biggest thing is to be adaptable and to be innovative, right? And so we entered into this landscape and we entered into this space, and we're all still figuring out the best way to navigate these waters, right? So having a team around you that we already have in place within the university university, but then within our building, right, to where you challenge people to think outside the box. How can we do this better than anyone else? Because right now, in a lot of areas in the NLI space and the way the portal's being utilized and everything, we're all pretty much on equal footing, right, that we started on not too long ago. And so how can we think differently than other people? Because if we just think about it the same way as them, then we're not the innovators that we are here on the Mesa to be able to attack it in a different way. So, you know, it's more about being willing to adapt, willing to be innovative, and then being able to, you know, as you move through the process, if you think you have a good idea, humble enough to go, okay, hey, that's really working great, or maybe we need to pivot here as we move through this in the proper space and place. But it's obviously a piece of the puzzle that is right now, and we embrace that and we welcome that so that we can put a championship product on the field.
The transfer portal is the most important process of rebuilding your football team, more important than bringing in just a normal recruit. And the reason why is because these guys are already college ready. These guys are already semi-pro. These guys already have that college experience. When you bring somebody in from high school that live with their mom every single day, that go home and have a certain routine that they go through a process every single day, it's different than actually having him being sent off to college, being a young adult and all those things, and adapting along with actually adapting on the football field as well. It's a big difference. We saw that with Kamani McLean. It took a little bit more time for him to actually grow up and mature. Now he's ready to go for his second year. So a lot of times it just take a little bit longer for someone as a recruit. But when you bring in a transfer portal guy, man, that's huge, and that's going to help us also as far as Colorado to rebuild our football team. So my final thoughts, it was a very good video. Very happy for Coach Sean Lewis, offensive coordinator. I just feel like his answers was a little bit too blatant, a little too short, a little too sarcastic in my way. Just my personal opinion. Again, it's storyteller and a coach is totally different. When you a storyteller, you basically just a motivator. You just somebody, man, to just get your team pumped up and ready to go. But when you are a coach, you do the X's and O's. That is just the difference in my personal opinion. Very excited for Coach Brewer as well. I'm excited for both of those coaches, man. Coach Brewer definitely was one of my favorite coaches to actually give my commentary on. Drop a comment and let me know if you guys want me to cover either or of one of those teams. Obviously, we're going to always be mainly Colorado Buffs, but I don't mind covering in a few other teams here and there for you guys if you guys want to see that. But anyway, we have an upcoming interview with Caleb Mathis, wide receiver, going into his second year. I just remember just yesterday I was interviewing him during the offseason as he was preparing for his first year as a Colorado Buff. Now he's able to tell me the stories of how his first year went at Colorado, and as he going on to be his second year at the Colorado Buffs. If you guys want to be able to participate in this interview, be on the lookout for that. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell because I will update you on the time and the day for this interview, which will be this week. And if you guys like the video, as I said before, hit the like, subscribe to the channel.